Hey YouTube, it's Will from Will Development, and this is my 286th weekly update. This is going to be a pretty quick update because this week was a very rough week for me. It turned into sort of an impromptu deload. I went to train with one of my fellow competitors on Saturday of last week. I guess I should say last Saturday. And we went a lot heavier than I was sort of, not that I was anticipating, but just my body was really wrecked from it. Let's just put it that way. It really took a lot out of me. But it was good because I got some PRs out of it. PR'd on yoke 600 and farmers with 245 a hand. That's the most I've ever done on either one of those movements. And where I screwed up was I just decided to do the yoke one more time when we were only supposed to do it for 2 runs, and I was just like, man, I was just so unhappy with my 1 run, so I said, let me just do this once more. And I picked it, and I did it, and I was just like, oh my god, and it just took the rest of my soul out of me. It just fried me. And it's been basically like all week just recovering from that. I actually took Monday off of the gym. I did it partially because, man, I was just too broken, and the other part of it was I had to pour some stone orders that I had not been putting off on purpose, but because I had some supply issues with one of the specific concretes that I use. So I said I need to pour these stones today, that way I can have Wednesday also to do the other pour for the other stones. And so that's what I ended up doing. So I went on Tuesday and did some squatting, and boy, did not realize how destroyed my body still was. I managed to get up to like a single at 315, but I was really planning on doing like 340 or even 350 for a double, and it just would not happen. Let's just put it that way. That 315 essentially broke me all over again. I mean, my hip and back pain immediately came right back right when I hit that 315, and I was like, shit, it's just, here we go again. But I'm already feeling better again. The hip and the back are starting to feel better again. Every time I re-aggravate the issue, it seems to take less and less time to recover. And a big part of that is just continuously sort of going back and sort of just pushing it just that little bit to sort of cause healing. Essentially getting blood in the places that need the blood, and using proper movements on things like deadlifts and squats especially seem to make it feel better. So that's what this week has been for me. So with that, there also will not be a weekly, the week of next Wednesday, there will not be one because I didn't collect any footage this week because none of it was either noteworthy or, I don't even know the right words to pick for it, but it didn't get any footage, so there won't be any, and that's just how we are. But what I can talk about is my weight is much closer to where I'd like it to be. I was weighing in and averaging around 207 this week, which is around where I wanted to be. I wanted to be around 205 by the week of the comp consistently. So if I can get down to 205 by next week and keep that consistent till the week after that, then I'll be very comfortable for cutting that extra little 5 pounds for the actual comp. Essentially, that'll be like 1 day with only half gallon of water, and then a day with no water and no food. And that'll slim me right down to below 200 for that following day. So that's where I'm at right now with weight, excuse me, which is definitely a good thing. And training, like I said, it just turned into an impromptu deload. Ended up just doing some a bunch of doubles at 175 on axle clean and press, which weren't so terrible, but man, my arms and everything was hurting. It was a tough training session, and it really took a lot out of me. But I'll be better for it once I actually recover from it. And it just so happens this training is taking a while to recover from. And that's okay. It gave me a lot of confidence, like the fact that I could pick the 600 and actually move with it at a relatively good speed. So I feel better to actually be able to do the 700 and the 275 at the actual comp. So that particular event I'm feeling better about. Same thing on deadlifts. We open at 405, which I know I can do on just about any given day with a mild rest. So that week of, it'll be like a nice little deload right into the comp, and I'll be more than ready to at least not zero those 2 events. The axle and the log is definitely going to be still a tough event for me. It'll be fun to clean that. Didn't get where I wanted to get cleaning wise. I've still got a couple weeks of heavy-ish training, so we'll see what I can accomplish in those 2 weeks. I may have talked about it here, but it's sort of on the log. It's not that I've accepted I'm not going to get it. It's just like, man, I really pushed it, but it's if I just clean it at the comp, I'll feel good about myself, that sort of thing. And then for the axle, I feel like I've still got a pretty decent shot of getting there with it. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to sell myself short on anything. And then what other events do we have? We've got the yoke and the farmers, and then we've got the axle and that. I feel like the deadlift, and then we've got the keg carry into the bag toss. That's going to be a tough event for me. We're going to have to definitely play that one by ear when we get there. I'm hoping I actually manage to get it. Excuse me, my bag tossing has been very hit and miss, so I'm hoping that with a couple more weeks of practice, it'll get better, and it's helped make me a better athlete for sure. So I just want to look at the events real quick because I can't remember them all, which is not great, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes it's let's see. Stones, right? That's the other event that's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, let's see. Where are we? Competitors, right? That's the registration. Let's see. I know this is riveting stuff. Yeah, so deadlift, then the press medley, then the yoke and farmers, the run, and then the stone over bar. Again, we have to do a 285, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be using tacky. If I lap it, that'll be a PR lap, and we'll see how everything goes. It'll be a fun little test. I mean, this prep has definitely made me it's made me stronger, and that's the bottom line. That's why I tell a lot of people, like, just sign up. You may not even get to where you need to get to or want to get to, but it'll make you stronger just because. And so that's fun. And we'll see where I go. So this week, like I said, impromptu deload, but I needed it, and I feel better already now that it's all over. This week, I mean, is all over. And we'll go from there. Next week, I'm basically going to just repeat what was supposed to happen this week next week. And we'll see how things go. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So look forward to business as usual next week. Things will be starting back how they should be. And that's about it. So look forward to that. And if you don't, then what's your excuse?